In the top stories, Cabinet meeting focuses on the early childhood sector. Trinidad and Tobago toddler dies in fire. And Himalayan glacial lake flood in India kills at least 14 people. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Thursday, October 5th, 2023. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey. Nationally, enhancing the accessibility, affordability, and quality of early childhood care and education was high on the agenda when Cabinet met on Monday, October 2nd. During the post-Cabinet briefing, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Marcus Natta explained that the Cabinet has given its seal of approval to the Early Childhood Care and Education Policy and Minimum Operating Standards.
This guiding document will direct the efforts of the Ministry of Education's Early Childhood Development Unit, the supervisory team, personnel in the public early childhood sector, and private owners of early childhood facilities. The Cabinet also approved the formulation of regulations that will provide more detailed guidance on the registration and licensing of early childhood care and education facilities.
Dr. Natta also announced the formation of a council to govern the sector.
There will be the formation of a National Early Childhood Council. This council aims to steer the sector, drawing from regional guidelines and legislation to determine its establishment and operational procedures.
He said, quote, further aligning with the government's commitment to fostering healthy and conducive learning environments, the Cabinet has greenlit projects to acquire new school furniture and undertake bathroom renovations in several of the island's most affected schools, end quote. A representative contingent from the Ministry of Education participated in the Building Awareness for Change Parade on Friday, September 29th. This collaborative event was spearheaded by the Essence of Hope Breast Cancer Foundation in partnership with the Financial Information Month institutions, the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Aging and Disabilities, the St. Kitts Mental Health Association, the St. Kitts Teachers Union, and the Reach for Recovery Breast Cancer Support Group. Permanent Secretary Lisa Romain Pestana gave a brief preview into the Ministry of Education's future plans.
For the next 7 years, our theme will be transforming education through self-renewal, holistic partnerships, and digital solutions. That we firmly believe in an inclusive policy. So you will see over the next couple of years that we will try to ensure that our education facilities are more welcoming and inclusive of students with special needs. We're also infusing our schools with technology. So over the course of this year, we are going to be making fiber connections to all of our high schools, the 6 high schools, and we will be issuing devices to students from grades 3 up to 5th form. We're also rehabilitating our institutions, and we would have started with a few of them, whether electrical upgrades, bathroom upgrades. So those are some of the areas that we know we have to work on and continue to work on over the course of the next couple of years.
The ministry's participation in the Building Awareness for Change Parade is described as a demonstration of its dedication to embracing change for the benefit of our nation's children. A Mandarin student in Nevis was declared winner of the 2023 Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund, or ICDF, Mandarin Speaking Competition. An announcement by the Embassy of the Republic of China Taiwan in St. Kitts and Nevis said that on September 25th, Miss Jada John outshined competitors from 9 other nations, and her lively expressions and gestures during her presentation left everyone spellbound. Premier Brantley was impressed by the ability of the students on Nevis to speak Mandarin and even sing Mandarin songs. He said learning a second language, especially one spoken by more than 1 billion persons worldwide, bodes well for their future studies, careers, and overall personal development. In addition to lessons at the secondary school's Mandarin Chinese classes are now being offered to the Nevisian public by Chen Chi, a professional Mandarin instructor from the Republic of China Taiwan. We move now to news on the regional scene. Tragedy struck a family in Trinidad and Tobago as a one-year-old girl dies in a fire. More in this TTT News report.
According to reports, at around 11 a.m., 14-month-old Harley Passad was asleep at the family's home in Endeavour, Chagonas, when the fire started. Relatives and neighbors were unable to get to the little girl before the ceiling of the room that she was in collapsed.
We tried the parent try, but knowing that the doorway right here and child right it, that's bad. And not to say like far less than maybe about 6 feet, we could say. That was the distance from the doorway to where the crib was.
Harley's mother, father, and grandfather all suffered burns. The cause of the fire is still to be determined.
Farmers across Antigua and Barbuda are carrying out damage assessments in the wake of the trail of damage carved by Tropical Storm Philippe. ABS's Jamie J. Roche reports.
Our first stop, Tricia Audin's farm in Christian Valley. Audin said she suffered significant wind damage, causing her to lose all her lettuce crops for this month, valued at approximately $3,500. We get to the devastation firsthand as papaya trees were blown over and the wind even took off some of the ground cover at areas of the farm. Another farm in Christian Valley reports extensive water damage from the storm. The heavy rainfall flooded his field, damaging the ground cover and destroying his tomato and cantaloupe crops.
We've seen that some farmers have lost everything, some farmers have lost some things. We've seen major destruction in terms of banana trees and plantain trees.
The storm's impact on these staple crops is a significant setback for the local agricultural community. The storm has also blocked farm roads with fallen trees. Nonetheless, the regulatory officer encourages the farmers to remain resilient and continue their hard work despite the challenges.
Other storms have been a lot worse, so what I want to do basically is urge the farmers that this is agriculture. You have your up days, you have your down days, but you only fail if you stop trying. So just keep at it, keep moving forward. I know the cleanup is hard, it's hard work, you're going to have to spend extra money to get things done, but keep at it.
She says the ministry will conduct a thorough assessment to determine how best to support the farmers. Now, despite the devastation, there are glimmers of hope glistening across some areas of the district that have been struggling under the country's long-standing drought. And take a look at this. Ponds that were dry just days ago are now filled to the brim, providing much-needed water for livestock and irrigation. A silver lining in the midst of devastation. The replenished ponds offer a lifeline for farmers. Water scarcity has been a persistent challenge, and this natural blessing will help rejuvenate the agriculture sector. As the Ministry of Agriculture conducts a comprehensive assessment and formulates its response to support the affected farmers, we remain optimistic about the resilience of our agricultural sector. We urge the community to stand with our farmers during this difficult time and continue to support the growth of local produce. Jamie J. Roche,